Brio English podcast.
Laugh, learn, love English. Picture this. You're standing in a lift with your colleague. The doors close. 10 seconds of complete silence. Neither of you knows what to say. Sound familiar?
Oh, that is literally my worst nightmare. I have been in that exact situation so many times, and I just stare at my phone pretending I have a very important message.
Or you're at a work event. You don't know anyone. Everyone seems to be having brilliant conversations, and you're just standing there holding your drink, wondering how they all know what to say.
Yes! Or meeting your partner's family for the first time. Or starting a new job. Or sitting next to a stranger on a long flight. All situations where small talk is everything, and most of us have never actually been taught how to do it properly.
Well, today that changes. I'm Alex, this is Maya, and welcome to Brio English Podcast. Today we are giving you the exact phrases, the exact techniques, and the exact confidence to start any conversation, in any situation, and keep it going naturally.
By the end of this episode, you will never have to stare at your phone in a lift again. Let's go!
Before we get into the phrases, let's talk about why small talk is actually so important. Because a lot of people, especially English learners, think small talk is pointless. Just talking about the weather, wasted words.
I used to think that too, honestly. In my culture, we get straight to the point. Small talk felt fake and unnecessary to me when I first started working in an English-speaking environment.
And that's completely understandable. But here's the thing. In English-speaking cultures, small talk is not actually small. It's the foundation of every professional and social relationship you will ever build.
Really? Even in business settings?
Especially in business settings. Think about it. Before any important meeting, before any negotiation, before any job interview, there are 5 minutes of small talk. And those 5 minutes often decide how the next hour goes. People do business with people they like, and small talk is how you make people like you.
So if you skip the small talk, or you look uncomfortable doing it, people might think you're cold, or unfriendly, or even untrustworthy, even if that's completely not who you are.
Exactly. And for English learners, this is doubly important, because your grammar might be perfect, your vocabulary might be excellent, but if you can't do small talk naturally, native speakers will still feel like there's a barrier.
Small talk is the oil that makes English social interactions run smoothly. Without it, everything feels a bit clunky and awkward.
Perfectly said. Right. Let's get into the actual phrases. Starting with the most important skill of all. How to start a conversation from absolute zero.
Okay, starting a conversation with a complete stranger. This is the part that terrifies most people. What do you actually say?
The golden rule of starting small talk. Comment on something you both share right now. Your shared environment. Your shared situation. Something you're both experiencing in this moment.
So not random topics, things you're both actually experiencing right now.
Exactly. Let me give you the most powerful small talk starters in English. Maya, first situation. You're waiting for a delayed train. What do you say?
Not the best start to a Monday, is it? Said with a smile, obviously.
Perfect. That phrase does 3 things at once. It acknowledges the shared frustration. It adds humor with, not the best. And it ends with a tag question, is it? Which automatically invites the other person to respond. Brilliant opener.
What about at a work event where you don't know anyone?
Have you been to one of these before? Simple, non-threatening, genuinely curious. Everyone can answer that question, and the answer always leads somewhere interesting.
And if the weather is really extreme, is it okay to use weather as small talk? People say weather small talk is boring.
Whether small talk gets a bad reputation, but it works because everyone experiences it. The trick is to make it slightly more interesting than just, nice weather today. Try, I can't believe how warm it is for March. Makes you almost hopeful, doesn't it? That's weather small talk, but with personality and invitation.
Oh, I love that. Let me give our listeners 3 starter phrases they can use immediately in almost any situation.
Starter 1. How are you finding it so far? Works at events, new jobs, new places. Open-ended and genuinely curious.
Starter 2. I don't think we've met. I'm Maya. Simple, warm, direct. The best way to introduce yourself naturally without it feeling forced.
Starter 3. What brings you here today? Works in professional settings, events, networking. Open-ended and always leads to interesting answers.
3 phrases. Memorize them. Use them this week.
Starting a conversation is one skill, but keeping it going is where most people struggle. You ask a question, they give a short answer, silence. You ask another question, short answer, silence again. It starts to feel like an interview, not a conversation.
Yes, I have had conversations that felt exactly like a job interview. Question, answer. Question, answer. Exhausting for both people.
The secret to keeping conversation flowing naturally is something called the Ford technique. F-O-R-D. 4 topics that work in almost any small talk situation. Family, occupation, recreation, dreams.
Oh, I love that. Can you break each one down?
Family. Not intrusive personal questions, just light references. Are you local to the area? Or, did you have far to come today? Light, family-adjacent questions that feel natural.
Occupation. What people do is always interesting, and they usually enjoy talking about it. What do you do is classic. But what keeps you busy these days feels warmer and less formal.
Recreation. Hobbies, interests, what people enjoy. Did you manage to catch the game at the weekend? Or, are you doing anything nice at the weekend? People light up when they talk about things they love.
And dreams, aspirations, plans, things they're looking forward to. Have you got anything exciting coming up? Or are you planning any trips this year? Future-focused questions feel optimistic, and people enjoy answering them.
The key to Ford is moving between topics naturally. You don't interrogate someone on all 4. You let the conversation flow from one to another, following their interests.
And the most powerful technique of all, the one thing that makes conversation flow effortlessly, is something called threading.
Oh, threading is brilliant. Tell them about it, Maya.
Threading means picking up on something specific the other person said and asking about that specific thing. So if someone says, I just got back from Japan, don't just say, oh, nice. Thread it. Japan, what took you there? Business or just exploring? You've taken their word and pulled a thread from it.
Threading shows you're genuinely listening, and it means the other person provides the next topic naturally. You never have to scramble for something to say. They do the work for you.
Threading is genuinely the most powerful conversation technique I've ever learned. Once you start doing it, conversations feel effortless.
Now, special section for anyone dealing with British people specifically. Because British small talk has some unwritten rules that nobody ever tells you, and breaking them can make things accidentally awkward.
Oh yes, I learnt these the hard way when I first moved here. Rule number 1, please.
British Rule 1. Never ask how much someone earns, ever. In many cultures, asking about salary is normal. In Britain, it is considered deeply rude and personal. Even close friends rarely discuss exact salaries.
British Rule 2. Never ask someone's age directly, especially women. It's just not done. If it comes up naturally, that's fine. But directly asking, how old are you, makes British people very uncomfortable.
British Rule 3. Complaining together is bonding. This sounds strange, but it's absolutely true. British people bond over shared mild complaints. Traffic, train delays, the weather, queues. Joining in with gentle complaining signals that you're one of them.
This is so true. My British colleagues bond over complaining about the coffee machine every single morning. It's basically their team building exercise.
Ha! And British Rule 4. Understatement is everything. If something was absolutely terrible, a British person will say, "It wasn't ideal." If something was amazing, they'll say, "It was quite good." Learn to read the understatement, and you'll understand British people on a completely different level.
And British Rule 5. Always acknowledge when you're ending a conversation. Never just walk away. A simple, "Anyway, it was lovely chatting to you," or "Right, I'll let you get on," signals the ending politely and leaves everyone feeling good.
5 rules. Learn them, and British small talk becomes so much easier and more natural. Right. Let's put this all together with some real-life scenarios. Maya, I'm going to give you a situation, and you demonstrate the perfect small talk response.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Scenario 1. You're in the office kitchen making coffee. Your colleague from another department walks in. You've met once before, but don't know them well. Go.
Maya. Morning. I feel like I need about 3 of these today. How's your week going so far?
Perfect. Light, self-deprecating humor about needing coffee. Instantly relatable. Then an open question that invites them to share. Beautiful. Scenario 2. You're at a friend's birthday party. You don't know the person standing next to you. Go.
Maya. Great party, isn't it? How do you know Jamie?
Excellent. Positive comment about the shared situation. Then a specific question that establishes connection. They'll tell you how they know the host, and the conversation naturally flows from there. Scenario 3. Your new neighbor waves at you in the street.
Hi. I think we're neighbours. I'm Maya. Have you been here long? I feel like I'm still discovering all the best spots around here.
3 things perfectly in one sentence. Introduce yourself. Ask about their experience. Share something personal that invites them to help you. Genuinely flawless small talk, Maya.
I've been practicing. Honestly, though, our listeners can do exactly this. These aren't complicated phrases. They're simple, warm, and genuine. That's all small talk needs to be.
Listener challenge time. This week's challenge is different from our usual ones because this one involves real life.
Oh, I love a real-life challenge. What is it?
This week, before our next episode, we want you to start one conversation using something you learned today. Just one. With a colleague, a neighbor, someone in a shop, someone in a queue. Anyone.
Use one of our conversation starters. Try threading. Notice how the other person responds. And most importantly, notice how much more confident you feel when you actually have the words ready.
Then come back and tell us in the comments exactly what happened. We read every single comment, and we genuinely want to hear your stories. Did it work? Was it awkward? Did you make a new friend? Tell us everything.
We are rooting for every single one of you. You can absolutely do this.
Before we wrap up, listener comments. These get better every single week.
Read them out. I love this part.
First comment, from a listener in Brazil. I work with British clients, and I always felt like something was missing in my conversations, even though my English was good. After episode 2, I realized I was saying phrases wrong that I'd been using for years. Thank you for making me sound more professional.
Oh, that is exactly what we are here for. Sounding more professional in English is life-changing for your career. Genuinely, so proud of you.
Second comment, from a listener in South Korea. I showed episode 3 to my whole family, and we spent the evening testing each other on the different word meanings. My mum couldn't believe that pants means something different in Britain. We were laughing for an hour.
A family English learning session. That is the most wholesome thing I've heard all week. Hello to your whole family in South Korea.
And one more. I've been learning English for 6 years, but nobody ever taught me small talk. I didn't even know it was a separate skill. Can you do a whole episode on it? Well, your wish is our command. This episode is for you.
We literally planned this episode because of comments like this. You shape what we make, so please keep the comments coming. We are genuinely listening.
And that is episode 4 of Brio English Podcast done. Small talk mastered, or at least on its way to being mastered.
Quick recap. Why small talk matters, how to start any conversation, the Ford technique for keeping it going, threading, British small talk rules, and real-life practice scenarios. That was a lot of value today.
Your 3 phrases to start using immediately. How are you finding it so far? What keeps you busy these days? And have you got anything exciting coming up? 3 phrases. Use them this week.
And remember your challenge. Start one real conversation using today's techniques. Then tell us how it went in the comments. We want to hear everything.
Next episode, we are asking a question that I think every single one of you has felt at some point. Why is it that sometimes you feel something so deeply, but you just cannot find the words to describe it? We are talking about the feelings that English has no words for, and what that tells us about being human. Trust me, this one will stay with you.
I genuinely got emotional reading the script for that one. It is that good.
Until next week, keep practicing, keep learning, and remember, every conversation you start is one more step towards the confident English speaker you're becoming.
See you next episode. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers!